The Cedo was already an amazing weapon. Now the Cedo Prime, it's better. We have more fire rate, less reloads, more critical chance and status chance for the primary fire, also more damage. And for the secondary fire, you have more critical chance, more critical damage. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This weapon is probably the best group primer amongst the primary weapons. Really good primary fire. Shotgun doesn't deal a lot of damage, but this thing has a innate condition overload. So the more status you apply to the target, the more damage your primary fire will do. And it is just great. For the secondary fire, you're going to be throwing some Glaive that can bounce up to 11 times. Every time they explode, they're going to apply 2 forced status effects amongst the base elements. So toxin, cold, electricity, and heat. Plus the weapons modded elements. So you've got a kind of a lot of priming, and that's really great. And with all that bouncing group priming, it's just really easy with this weapon. And yeah, you can benefit a lot from it, especially, you know, levels and in frame, because priming is such a great deal. It is something really good to have. Now, onto some builds. This is what I have for this is what I have for base priming. Got a Riven. Not the best thing in the world because this position is really low, so you don't really need a Riven. Base priming. This is it. We don't need damage as the weapon is a primer. We don't really need that, so Frostbite actually stacks quite nicely, and even not being built for damage, we can kill enemies and get our galvanized stack. But if you're gonna use galvanized mods or not is up to you. I like to keep them because it's usually something that I'm not gonna lose a lot for having it in and not killing enemies. But if I do kill enemies, the benefit is really great. That's it. This is my main build for priming, and also CC because of Silver and Contagion. Second is kind of an attempt to make Heat Inherit primer. Got some heat, got damage to Grenier on the Riven, damage to Grenier on the mod, and it's nothing too distant from that. Also, all of the builds have room for improvement. I am not putting more Forma into this weapon because Universal Formas are coming. So that's gonna be something for maybe 2 weeks or a bit more. But yeah, the goal for this one, help with priming and increase the heat damage by a lot because of the Heat Inherit mechanic. And so we're able to hit up a lot of damage with heat abilities and subsequent proc from other weapons. This is extremely useful for, you know, Lavos, Ember, Thermal Sunder, you name it. Other than that, I try to make in a build to deal damage. I was mainly focusing on the secondary fire, but both firing modes are gonna perform very well. More specifically, the primary one is gonna be really good. The secondary on itself is not gonna be the best, and again, there is room for improvement on the build that I'm not gonna make right now. I could trade that Scattering Inferno for a, who knows, maybe a Hunter Munitions or Galvanized Elementalist. But yeah, this build works much better with Mesa because of the way we can build with Ballistic Bullseye, Ballistic Battery, works very well. This one is made to increase our weapon's critical chance by a lot. And so our damage is gonna be really great. We charge it with the own attack, and then the second glaive, it's gonna be quite deadly, you know. And you can even use the charged glaive to charge your next ballistic battery. That's really how it goes. Yeah, everyone is dead. Oh, I forgot to turn on roar. There we go. A lot of damage. Can just make a loop out of this. Oh my god. That was actually a lot of damage. That's kind of it that I have to show you about the Cedo Prime. The Cedo normal one was already great. This is the Prime version of a great weapon. Increased stats, looks great. Definitely a weapon you want to have. Priming or just to play with it. It's really freaking good. Leave it a like, subscribe, and peace.
Till next time.